Alright, hello everyone. We are setting up here for hole number 9 of the Pro Tournament. And I'm just trying to think in terms of distance-wise. I think I'm going to set up for a katana. I'm assuming, we're going to be laying back a little bit. In the Pro Division, it's going to be very, very, very challenging to get there unless you have Apocalypse and the Glowbone. Those are going to be your only two choices, and you're probably still only going for a short iron if you are to go that route. I don't really have a lot of desire to even really risk it. I mean, I do think it is worth it getting down there, but at the same time, as low as the winds are in this division, I think you're equally as beneficial just to lay up, put yourself in a good long iron wood distance, somewhere in there, and just taking your chances that way as well. But like I mentioned, I do think it is worth the risk to get the ball way down there. But the only way you're going to really pull that off is kind of how I just suggested it. It's going to need to be kind of a killed globe with an Apoc 5, for example. So in the grand scheme of things, it's basically a shot you shouldn't be playing in Pro. You should be in Expert Division at the very least with those clubs. So, if for any reason, the fact that if you play Pro, you just can't even get those clubs as upgrades. So why even, it's not even worth doing if you can't even win it as a prize. So here you're going to see me. I'm going to get a little bit more aggressive than I usually would. I don't usually go at it this method. You know what? I'm not going to, actually, because I don't think I can. So here I'm going to just bail out a little bit. I'm going to still be somewhat aggressive, just not with the way that I'm top spinning it, because I don't think I can hold the fairway that way. So here you are going to see me go for a hook shot. Like I said, the way I use Thor's hammer is about 2 full targets. So, I expect it to land kind of towards the left edge of my bullseye. And here what you're seeing me do, and you see it's still under, probably overplayed it a little bit since it was pointed to the left. But that's the reason that I wasn't going to go for the hook to begin with, is because I didn't think I could hold the fairway and get it back in play. But as you can see, if I can get it down there that far with a katana, the new globes, for instance, I could probably project over that bunker with the same spin and get right over just about 40 yards in front of where I am. So that would actually be an ideal shot if you are to do it that way. If you are to pick up the new globes and go at it with a hook, you can see even, and the key is taking off some of that top spin. So when you put all that top spin on, what it's doing is it's making the ball not shoot far enough, and it'll just go more straight. It won't cut back as much as you want it to. So taking off some of that top spin actually usually results in you getting a much better shot. So here we are at, sand wedge 4. We are going to play about 2 per ring. So here you'll see me go right around 4 rings for my adjustment. Keeping in mind it's probably going to spring forward a little bit. So keeping the ball trail short is not necessarily the end of the world. Let's see what this looks like. And none too bad. As you can see, even being in the bunker there, not going to be the end of the world for you guys. You can still give it a nice run towards the hole. And good luck with that hole. As you can see, just You get yourself in trouble, not the end of the world. Just know how to get yourself out of trouble. Know what it's going to take to hit the shots, to do the necessary, things. And I think you guys will be okay. This setup is not too tremendously hard. If there was one thing that I would suggest that you can do to better your situation on that last hole is, bringing something with some curl maybe. If you have a Rock 8, I would highly recommend bringing it to that hole and hitting a very similar shot to what I just did. Vice versa, trying to hit that hook shot with a new earth ball, in my opinion, could be very, very good. I think you can get over that bunker I just landed it in and get it back into the fairway in for a nice short iron. And that's going to be the optimal, aside from Globe, that's going to be the next optimal solution. Berserker is a little bit off because you're missing out on 3 side spin. And that 3 side spin could be the difference between you making it back to the fairway left enough and not making it back to the fairway. Alternatively, you can just as easily do what my opponent did, and you could basically, take their shot advice. You could just lay up, play it straight, keep it to a 3-wood distance, and play your 3-wood distance accordingly. Play sniper as you usually would. I do think, back from that far, Albatross becomes very challenging. That fairway is very bumpy. So the more that you can get rid of all those bumps and have to do less rollout, it's going to make the shot easier. So getting it up to short iron, getting it up to long iron should be something that you should be striving for, in my opinion. So I will go at it a different approach tomorrow. If you guys want to tune in tomorrow, I will do things quite a bit differently in pro. It'll look kind of nothing like what I just did today for the most part, except on the spots where I think that you just need to play slow and steady. We'll play slow and steady, but on basically all the par 5s, I'll revamp it and do it a complete alternate method and hopefully wind up with the same success. So you can see kind of 2 different ways to kind of approach things. So good luck with your tournament. Let me know how it goes, and be on the lookout for future guides. I still have work to do, in case anybody out there is wondering. It will be coming up. So good luck out there.